Do you agree with these reasons? Opening hook. Have you ever stopped to think that maybe the life the modern world sold you isn't exactly the life you actually want? Less technology, less rush, less dependence, more nature, more purpose, more presence. Today, we're going to talk about 5 reasons why people around the world are giving up the modern lifestyle and consciously choosing to live the old-fashioned way. Do you agree with these reasons? Stay until the end. And tell me in the comments if any of these have ever crossed your mind. Reason 1. A simpler life. Modern life is loud. Notifications, screens, meetings, updates, alerts. The stream of information never stops. The human brain now receives more stimuli in a single day than our ancestors did in entire months. Living the old-fashioned way is, first and foremost, a choice to reduce. Fewer screens, less urgency, less noise. In exchange, a predictable routine. Nature. Silence that doesn't need to be filled. Research in neuroscience shows that environments with fewer digital stimuli reduce cortisol levels, the body's stress hormone. When the nervous system is freed from constant overload, it begins to regulate sleep, mood, and concentration more effectively. People who adopt this lifestyle often describe something similar, the feeling that time has become theirs again, that every hour carries real weight, that waking up in the morning no longer means immediately diving into a sea of demands. It's not nostalgia for the past. It's not a rejection of progress. It's a conscious decision to protect attention, time, and mental energy as finite and valuable resources. A slower pace isn't falling behind. It's a choice. Reason 2. Greater independence. There's an invisible dependency in the modern world. We rely on supermarkets to eat, power grids to have light, apps to move around, companies to clothe us, warm us, and entertain us. This web of dependence is so normalized that we rarely even notice it. Those who choose to live the old-fashioned way slowly begin to break that chain. They grow their own food, raise animals, learn how to preserve what they harvest, fix what breaks with their own hands, produce instead of simply consuming. In psychology, this process has a name: self-efficacy, the real concrete perception that you are capable, that you don't need intermediaries to survive, that you possess skills that solve real problems in the physical world. Studies show that people with a strong sense of self-efficacy experience lower levels of anxiety and greater resilience to stress. It's no coincidence. When you know you can provide for your basic needs, fear of the future measurably decreases. Every tomato harvested from your own backyard is a small declaration of autonomy. Every repair done without calling someone is a reconnection with ancestral human skills that modern life quietly made unnecessary. Independence isn't isolation, it's mastery over your own life. Reason 3. Connection with nature. For most of human history, people lived in direct contact with the land. They woke with the sunrise, worked the soil with their hands, felt the cold, the heat, the rain, slept when the sky grew dark. That was the natural rhythm of our species. Modern urban life has almost completely reversed that cycle. Artificial light replaces sunset, air conditioning erases the seasons, asphalt covers the soil, and the human body, evolved in constant contact with nature, can spend decades without touching the earth. Studies in ecopsychology document what many people already feel intuitively. Regular contact with natural environments reduces symptoms of anxiety and depression, improves sleep quality, lowers blood pressure, and increases the sense of belonging. There's even a scientific term for it, the restorative effect of nature. Living the old-fashioned way restores this connection naturally. Caring for animals, working the land, watching the seasons change, feeling the physical weight of outdoor labor. These simple acts reconnect the body to rhythms that existed long before any human technology. Nature isn't a weekend backdrop, it's our origin. Reason 4. Traditional values. There's a growing feeling, hard to ignore, that something essential has been lost. Not materially, something deeper and less tangible. A way of relating to work, to people, and to time itself. The modern world sped everything up: production, consumption, communication, relationships. But in that acceleration, certain values were left behind. Hard work as a source of dignity, personal responsibility as a principle, not a burden, commitment to family and community as a real priority. Those who choose to live the old-fashioned way often describe rediscovering these values as something concrete and daily, not an abstract ideology. It's waking up early because there is real work to be done, keeping your word because it carries weight, being present for the people around you because they matter more than any screen. Research in positive psychology shows that people with a clear sense of values and purpose report greater well-being and stronger resilience in the face of adversity. Values aren't just philosophy, they're structure. They're what hold a life together when things get difficult. This isn't about romanticizing the past. It's about recognizing that certain ways of living carry a wisdom that progress never erased. It's simply pushed aside. Reason 5. Mental health and quality of life. The mental health crisis of the 21st century has a familiar address: anxiety, burnout, insomnia, depression. The numbers grow every year across nearly every developed country. And the common denominator researchers consistently point to is the modern lifestyle: excessive stimulation, constant productivity pressure, social comparison amplified by online platforms, the absence of real pauses, disconnection from the body, from nature, and from deep in-person relationships. Living the old-fashioned way isn't a therapy, but in many ways it's the structural opposite of everything that feeds this crisis. A predictable routine, physical work with visible results, small, real communities, screen-free nights, food grown and prepared with your own hands. Long-term studies following traditional lifestyle communities, such as the so-called blue zones, have documented remarkable outcomes. Lower rates of depression, greater longevity, higher life satisfaction, not because of advanced technology, but because of strong connections, daily purpose, and a healthier rhythm of life. Mental health isn't built through more speed, it's built through presence, through less pressure and more meaning, through a life that at the end of the day actually makes sense to the person living it. Living the old-fashioned way isn't about going back to the past, it's about recovering what the present forgot.